Hello, guys, and welcome to the first episode of
Late Night Sitdowns.
with Joel James and
Rahul Sharma.
yeah, that's not our names. That's like we're saying each other's names.
Oh
So
yeah.
a bit about ourselves. Joel, why don't you go first?
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Joel James. So basically, I'm currently doing my A levels, which is 12th grade, and yeah, I'm into music and I like the creative field. Yeah, that's all I'd say.
Yeah, guys, heads up. Joel drops like fire tracks,
Hey.
and he drops
Soon.
he drops unexpected tracks.
Yeah.
From like anonymous usernames. That's
Usernames, yeah.
that's his specialty. You
That's
will
my
never
forte.
know. Yeah, you will never know. Is this Joel or not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And so coming on to me, my name is Rahul Sharma, and I am in the same class as Joel doing my A levels, but my subjects are different. I'm a science student. And yeah, I know most of you have already judged me as a nerd
Trust
who
me,
does not have a
he-
life.
So basically, Rahul is like this kind of person who's like pretty chilled, and I can really judge you by I'll consider you as like a higher IQ person or a high IQ person.
Like when I tell people, like I get what you're saying, and it's like when I tell people that I took science, they're like, oh, so like
No.
you're gonna do engineering or something like that.
I mean, like, see, dude, it's not about you taking science. The viewers will understand slowly.
I know
the
it's like I want information. Like the reason we're doing this podcast is because
true.
we listen to a lot of podcasts
Podcasts, yeah,
ourselves.
true.
Like if you're doing a podcast without actually knowing what a podcast is at first, then you're a fool. Sorry to say that, but you are, yeah. So, and this is our first episode. It's gonna be sort of an introductory episode. Not gonna be long. Make sure you guys listen to the whole thing so that you know where we're going, what direction we're headed to, taking this content forward. And we would love to take your suggestions in the comments, like wherever you're listening. We don't know where we're gonna upload this yet, but wherever you're listening, just please drop your suggestions and your reviews and all that. We would love to take all the critiques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's segue to our
What's
first topic.
First topic, Joel.
It's about minimalism. Okay.
Please elaborate a little.
So basically, I'm talking about all the minimalistic aspects, like minimalism in every sense, like in living, in fashion, in thinking, I guess, and even spending. Minimalism in like, how do I explain it?
It's like your the thing that you base yourself, like your lifestyle around.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like minimalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for us, minimalism is like for me, wearing like flashy clothes like Gucci and all that
Yeah.
is such a. I'm like, okay, this person is just trying to like flex.
Yeah. True.
Like if you can do more with less, that makes you a great person. Like be it with anything. If you can make more, like if you can convey more with less, be that in music, fashion. With ideas, with anything, that makes
is-
you a true like genius. Like if you can do that, then I mean, you have like a very I guess like condensed
There's a
thought process.
Sorry, but there's a
Yeah.
quote. Jasraj told me this quote. By the way, Jasraj is one of our mutual friends. So Jasraj told me this quote that simplicity is. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay.
Basically, like simplicity is like
It's like the
everything. Basically
something like that. Yeah. So basically for me, minimalism is how I've applied it in my life is that I like minimalistic fashion or like themes overall. Like if you see my phone, it's pretty minimalistic
same,
in its own
same.
way.
It's like-
it's not a lot of flashy things because see what I
It does
feel
not
is
make sense. At the end of the day, it's like it's for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you should do you. Like if
Yeah.
you are into the flashy thing, go ahead.
That's
Like
your
you
own-
can do your thing. Like if that genuinely
True.
like makes you, like feel good about yourself and shit. But if you're just doing it for the money, if you just like show off or something, or like sometimes when like if you pair blue with orange and green, that does not look good. And we are talking about one very specific person.
Okay.
From our school.
Got it.
That guy.
Okay, currently in our school or like?
Oh, 10th, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay, so guys, basically now we'll talk about like how we have applied minimalism in our lives, or if we have not, we
I mean, it's fine. Like,
Yeah. So Rahul, you'd like to start?
yeah, sure. I mean, with my clothes, I would like to just start off with my clothes.
Yeah.
That's the most minimalistic thing that I have. For like, my mom has become tired by telling me that, "Arey yaar, like why don't you buy more colors? Like why do you have just like base colors like
Something,
black,
yeah.
white? Like I have lots of black and white,
White.
and then I just transition into some grays and some dark greens.
Great. I have the same thing. Like basically, if you'll see me, even right now, I'm wearing a white T-shirt.
Yeah, and I'm
So
wearing
yeah, you're
dark
wearing
blue.
black.
Yeah.
Because so basically, what I've done is like I've kept only like white T-shirts and black T-shirts and plain, or like one small something is written. But I just like it because you have to not think a lot. It
Yeah,
fits me
same.
good. It fits me well.
Exactly.
I look good in that because of my skin tone. And yeah, that's pretty much it, dude.
I mean, like, if take this as a tip, like, if you, for example, if you have like throughout the week for your normal like outings and whatever, like if you go to school, college, whatever, work, and if you have like a set of clothes, like a uniform, if you create yourself a uniform, which is according to you, which is like fashionable according to you, obviously. So what happens then is, when you actually go for a party or you go somewhere fancy and you wear something else that people don't usually see you in, it comes to them as a bit of a shocker, but on a positive note, because then it's like a really like quick like switch up for them. And then it comes,
you can
people
use that
notice
like a
you.
pro
People-
tip
Yeah,
also.
exactly. Like people notice you if you're keeping it consistent like throughout the week, but on like Saturday or Sunday when you're going out to party and you like switch it up and you wear like something really nice yet sober.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes you like pop more.
It's like to give like the viewers an example. For example, if you have this one friend, you see him every day in the uniform, and then the first time when you meet them and they're not wearing their uniform, you're like, oh my god,
Yeah, it just,
who is this?
It changes your perspective.
Exactly.
Like you will like, oh, this person has a side
Has a side
that I've not
and
seen
you're like,
till
it's
now.
like you're meeting someone new, to be honest.
Exactly, and it also makes you kind of interesting to girls, especially.
Oh, definitely.
And we are gonna get into that later.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into
That's
that.
episode number 2.
Yeah, obviously. Like, we're gonna touch up a little in this one.
I think let's stick to minimalism as of now because we'll have more
Yeah,
content.
obviously.
Yeah.
And how I've applied minimalism in my life. So, I mean, for me, minimalism in my life has more to do with me just focusing on like few things, but things that mean something to me and things that make me happy, basically. Like if you chase too many things,
Yeah.
if you go after too many things, I mean, it's okay to go after too many things if you want to do that. Like like you're like, okay, I'm gonna shoot for 50 targets. Might as well hit like one of them.
Yeah, true.
But for me, I don't generally prefer to do that. I prefer to select 5 or 6, and then I know for sure that I'm gonna hit 1 or 2 of that.
Exactly. That's so basically what I feel is the basic human purpose is to come and to grow a family, to live happily. But
Exactly, like, if you don't
yeah,
live
it's like
happily,
not.
don't live at all.
It's like sometimes you don't need to be too materialistic.
Exactly, like
at a certain point.
I'll give you an a
Example.
graph to imagine.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine a graph. You have
Okay.
the x-axis and the y-axis.
Okay.
On the y-axis, that is the vertical line, straight line, you have happiness. And on the horizontal, that is the sleeping line for kids, you have money, as in financial success.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you have the endpoints, extremes of like 100, so like 100 happiness and 100 financial success.
Oh.
So everybody wants to be at
The
100,
peak. Okay,
at the
yeah.
peak, which is like 100 happiness.
Which is I feel it's.
And it's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
But I feel it can be possible if in many ways you can be minimalistic.
I know, and for me it's like if you're at 100 happiness and you're at 0 financial like whatever, like you're living like you just living as it comes, you're paying the bills as
They're coming.
yeah, you don't
Living for today. That's
exactly.
What I mean.
But if you're at 100 happiness and you're at like 0 financial,
still.
It's like you've won the game, you know?
Yeah.
You've cracked it. Like, you know? Like,
got it.
oh my god, like that's the mental state. Like, that is what you live for. If you're not living happy, you're not living. Even if you have like $1 million in your bank and you're crying, that $1 million has like zero value for your life, because it does not buy happiness. Money buys financial security. That's a whole different thing.
See, it's like people will argue that, you know, you can buy luxury, you can buy like so many things with money. I don't want to mention it.
Exactly.
But like, see, like many people will say that, you know, they can use drugs and, you know, be happy. But
that is not happiness.
Yeah, that's it.
When you
Exactly.
don't drugs, that's the real
that's
world.
just like a minimal sort of happiness, because it's like it'll last high, you know, like,
it's like for like 1 hour,
2 hours, or like max to max, like days.
Day or what? Like, after that, what? You're gonna be back to your unhappy, sad self, which you cannot fix by money. You can fix problems by money, and by problems I mean, obviously you need like basic things to survive. You need food, you need water, you need shelter, and that is what money provides. A lack of money brings unhappiness, but a surplus and excess of money does not bring happiness.
See, guys, I told you Rahul is a genius.
Yeah.
You might have noticed this by the start of the podcast.
Yeah, so like, and people don't like, people think that if they are at like 0 happiness and like 100 financial success, they think like, oh my god, at least I have like so much money.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it? Like, after a point, what are you gonna do with it? Like, you're gonna flush it down the toilet or something? You can't do that.
See, you know what, to even add evidence to this, now for example, if you see all these top creators, these top people in the industry, all of them,
any industry,
you can see all of them are have this one side of minimalism in any way.
Exactly.
See, now if you look at let's say right now in YouTube, if you look at Casey Neistat,
that guy is like,
he's like on the top.
Exactly. He's like the biggest vlogger, like everybody knows him, but he will never make you feel that way. He has that. And he lives like, you never see him like flashing clothes and like flashing.
Exactly. He has this minimalistic style of clothing, which is not very flashy. And you know, I've watched this one video of his, that is how he made this purse. So basically he lost his wallet and then he got a new one, and he thinks very practically.
He does not buy anything.
Yeah.
First of all, he makes of his own stuff.
A lot of things. Yeah, exactly. Even for that matter,
that's his minimalism. That's his way of minimalism.
Even David Dobrik is considers minimalism. I feel like in his videos, his vlogs,
he has to. In his videos, he is like, it's mandatory for him to like show that side of him.
Yeah, if you see now, for example, let's analyze David Dobrik. Okay. So, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing his name perfect, but yeah, that's it. You guys can understand. So, basically, David Dobrik has this 5 minutes and 30 seconds vlog, right? And like he posts it on, I think, 2 times a week or once a week. And the best part is, where he's applying minimalism is, he's having this 5 minutes or this 5 minutes, 30 seconds.
Like 3-4 days.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Exactly. And you know, as a viewer, I can't get bored of it, because it's like I'm getting, you know, the quantity is not a lot.
You're getting more in less.
Yeah. Less is more. Less is more, yeah.
Yeah, basically. And that's where his minimalism is.
Yes.
You gotta find your minimalism in life. Even with like if you see any person who has a lot of money but they're not happy, the only reason that they are like that is because they are doing things that they don't want to do, but they only, for example, people in like very high paying jobs in like offices and all that, like CEOs and all that, most of them don't want to be in that job.
Yeah.
Like some of them, they don't want to be in that job.
They don't do things which they want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they will be better off earning half or a quarter of what they earn, but they will be like so much more happy. But they cannot give up that job because they've created like this fake like persona around themselves who has like so much money, and they flex and all that on Instagram and social media, and you know, they go out for parties and shit. And the only reason they do this is to impress people who they don't even like those people, and they're trying to impress them by using money. And those people don't care. Like, those people do not care. If that person goes down a shithole and loses all his money or her money,
he's gone.
it's like those people who you're flexing in front of and you're saying, oh my god, like you're so nice, you got so much money, oh my god, like you got promotion.
Oh my God, yeah.
They don't care. They will never ever come for your help. But if you scale down, if you take a step back, if you drive like a Toyota instead of a Mercedes,
Any day, man.
yeah, like if you're crying in a Lamborghini,
Then you are crying in life. That's what
yeah,
I say.
exactly. Like crying in being happy in a Toyota is way better than being like unhappy in a Lamborghini. And people don't realize. People think, like I'll get a Lamborghini and then everything will be like, everybody will like hang out with me.
They'll
Like,
be
no.
Yeah, it doesn't work out that way. Yeah.
Like I saw this video of a guy and he like sold his company for like $400-500 million. And this guy was like broke. Like his net worth should be $500 million, but that's in the company. And so he's still living broke while being the owner of a $500 million company. And so he sold that company. He's telling the story that I'm like, so
That's so
pretending I'm the
messed up.
guy who's telling the story. So he was like, so I'm hitting refresh on my bank account on my laptop at like 12 in the night, and I'm hitting refresh. And then suddenly I like that's those like whatever amount he had, like $10,000-$15,000, it like instantly changes into like 500 million with like all of these zeros.
Oh, that's...
Like it was great. Like it was great for him. Obviously, he got all that money. He will be happy. But he also did realize after a point that all of the insecurities, all of the things that bothered him in life were like they were still with him. He couldn't get rid of them no matter what. The problem with like mediocre people is like they think that once they get money,
they will be,
they will
have
everything.
All their
Everything will be
problems,
sorted.
exactly.
But then you get there and you're like,
Oh my
wait,
God.
like everybody,
It's
the
messed
same,
up.
It's the same thing here, but it's fancier. Like there's like chandeliers where you're crying under the chandelier instead of like a fan or something. That's the only difference.
That's what, man. I like, what?
You need to have a minimalism is like basically it's not like minimalism can be your thing, can be your meditation.
Yeah.
If that's a correct thing to say.
Yes, it is.
I know, like something that like grounds you and something that you like feel.
It's like see, basically for me, I feel minimalism in one aspect takes you towards it spiritually connects you. I know. I think.
I know.
See, also if you look at it in a scientific way, let's calculate this. Okay, so if I spend 1 or 2 minutes thinking of what I will wear.
You're not doing anything.
And let's just multiply that by 365 days.
That's
365
that's like
minutes,
more than
right? Dude, if I multiply 1
minute,
by
365 minutes.
yeah,
it's
so
like,
you're like spending 365 minutes of that's
you're doing nothing. You're doing
yeah,
nothing. You're like spending like 10 hours a year doing absolutely nothing. And people do not spend a minute. They spend like at least like 10 minutes.
True.
They spend like people on an average spend like I don't know, like people on average when they're going out or something, they spend at least 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, see, I agree if you're spending time on like looking and finding clothes for a certain occasion.
That's different.
And like
You do that
parties
once in a
or like
while,
on a
if you
date
do
or
that-
something. That's
exactly,
all right.
that's
That's
once in a
completely
while.
yeah. And like if you're going casually outside, it's like you should just have like a set of clothes. That's what I feel.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, just have like this, a certain type of clothing which fits you well and which looks well, which looks good, and just keep wearing that. And yeah,
Don't
that's
fix
pretty much
something
it.
that isn't broke.
Yeah.
Basically. So like that thing works, but then why are you trying to fix it?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to go the other route? You're wasting time. And at this age, I mean, for me, I go both ways. Like time is crucial, but you should not surrender to it. For example, like instead of wasting those 10 minutes choosing what you'll wear to
You
work,
can rather spend that.
yeah, you can rather spend that by actually like taking a walk instead of taking the car or something, and that keeps you like healthy and all that. But for people who want to take the car, please go ahead.
Yeah.
And
True.
also you got to realize that when I say this, like if like You could like not spend those 10 minutes doing something unproductive, but you also got to realize that you don't have to push it. Like if it's like a really important thing, if like clothes mean something
The world to you.
exactly.
If you're like a fashion enthusiast.
Exactly. If clothes mean something to you, then go ahead. Like that's your thing.
That's your thing, yeah.
Spend like 30 minutes instead of 10 minutes, but don't regret later that you're spending 30 minutes of your day deciding what you'll wear.
Yeah, true.
Because if you do that, then you lose. Like, what are you complaining about? If you don't wanna complain about it, don't do it.
Don't do it,
Or
exactly.
if you're doing it, like, don't care. Like, it does not matter if you waste an hour or 2 hours, whatever.
2 hours, yeah. True.
Don't complain later. That's the thing.
I mean, what you should do is to minimize the stress. You can like call over a friend or like just video call them or like send pictures
know,
of
like-
you wearing different clothes. Because there is a lot of times that when you look good, that's what you think because it's in your mind, it's in your subconscious that oh my god, I'm looking good. But the others feel that this doesn't look good. But see, I'm not stating at the very same time that don't wear what you want to wear. You can wear what you want to wear,
You
but
should actually. Like, you
yeah,
should do
but
whatever
there are
you
some times where we need to dress,
You need to dress
according to the
circumstances.
there's like exactly.
Like if you need to put those minutes into something productive, that will later on. For example, if you're like 21 right now, and you've just started a business or something, and you putting those extra 10 minutes into that business, you will realize like what most people don't realize. It's that 10 years later,
That 10 minutes.
that 10 minutes will be the equivalent of you getting back 50 minutes because you put those 10 minutes in the initial start when it was really required.
Uh-huh.
Like they
Wise words,
they don't see the hidden value in things.
True.
And like people like coming back to the clothes thing,
Yeah.
instead of like slacking off the night and binge watching Netflix while
You
eating,
can rather
you can rather do
exactly.
this. And then people say like I'll tell you something that happened in college.
Okay.
So we're sitting down for a lecture.
Let's not mention names.
Yeah, okay, obviously. So we're sitting down for a lecture, and there's ma'am.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
You
so
know,
he's-
right? The whispers also get captured.
Yeah.
Just saying, the viewers or those listening, if you'll heard the name, please ignore the name. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this another teacher came in, and she said that in my class there are a bunch of students who haven't done their homework, and she brought like all the students along with her, and they're all standing there, and ma'am started asking, like the teacher who was teaching us,
Yeah.
started asking them like, why did you all do your homework?
Mm-hmm.
And they gave like such baseless like arguments. Like one guy was literally arguing ki ma'am, I did my homework, like I did like 2 papers, but then our teacher told us, she got like angry and she told me don't do any more of the papers, so I did not do them.
Oh, but that's being
Yeah, he's
honest.
putting the blame. But
that's,
he's putting the blame on the teacher instead of admitting that okay, like it's my fault.
that was me.
Yeah, I should have done it.
Uh-huh.
That there was an embarrassment moment. It should have been an embarrassment moment for him, but that guy like really did not understand what the teacher was trying to say, and he's like, "Ma'am, I did not have time." And if you tell people that you don't have time for the important things,
what are you trying
you
to
are
do?
kidding
Yeah,
yourself.
that's
Like
it. I
those
mean, you
people
have
don't
like
care.
24 hours. Okay, so I'll just state this one thing. So basically, right now we are in India, and Shah Rukh Khan is one of the biggest celebrities in India,
In
and I
the
think
world
in the
also.
world also,
Yeah.
right? So basically, we had gone to this set of Big Boss. So I was talking to this one of the, I think he was like the creative directors over there.
Yeah.
So we're saying that for Shah Rukh Khan, 24 hours is less. So you can imagine how productive that guy is.
Exactly. Like for him, he does so
Many
many
things.
things.
And this
even
guy
now.
is-
He does not have to do those things. He's established. If
Yeah,
he does
exactly,
not work
yeah.
for the rest of his life, he's gonna face no problem financially. But he does it because he wants to do it.
Even
It was-
even Ronaldo, dude. Look at Cristiano
because
Ronaldo.
for them it's not about the money. The
It's
money
about
is
the
like
game,
a byproduct of what they. It's like a complementary thing. The thing that they want is satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't have purpose in life, you will not have happiness.
Yeah.
If you don't have a sense of purpose, if you
Purpose.
don't know, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? And this is a thing that is happening with teenagers.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's this one
All
thing?
these like I don't want to say like
State
I
names.
feel bad.
Yeah, say
feeling
names.
depressed.
Yeah, that's like the key.
Yeah.
Right now, people
like, obviously I know there are a lot of people who are actually
depressed,
terminally, like clinically depressed, and like I hope they get better soon.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of, and this is like on their rise right now, like we have a lot of teenagers, 14, 15, 16. It kind of like dies down when you're 17.
Yeah.
18. But till like that age, there's this weird, like everybody just doesn't want to do anything, and they think their life has just gone to the dogs.
See, for example, what is happening is now digitalization in this world is turned each and every kid in some aspect negative. Because what is happening is right now I'm 17, okay? Now I have these followers who are kids from my school.
Yeah.
Okay, and now if I talk about like being depressed, although my music talks about being depressed, but yeah, see, now if I talk about being depressed, what happens is these 17 or these 13-year-olds can relate to it even if they relate to it 1%, in their subconscious they are like, oh my god, even I'm depressed.
Exactly.
So because of the subconscious, they, in their conscious world, they think that they're
Like there
depressed.
is like so much positivity in the world, but the problem is the negativity is much louder. Like I think with your music you're not really talking about being depressed. You're like,
It's about heartbreak, right?
yeah, but that's the thing. People have confused the two terms. Like being clinically depressed, being diagnosed. That's a whole another thing. That's like your body cannot even produce feel good hormones. Like you cannot even produce endorphins anymore. So like you are physically and biologically incapable of feeling happiness. But what these kids are talking about being depressed is basically like they think that, oh my god, my mom shouted at me, or like, my dad did not allow me to go hang out with my friends, or oh my god, I was talking to this person, but now that person does not give two shit about it. Like does not care about
does
me.
not care about
And then they think, oh my god, it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
You know what? I won't blame the kids for this, but I will blame us. You know why I'm talking about us? Because we are the people, we are like elder to them, and they are looking forward to us. Like, what will I say, what will you say about these small things? And what happens is when we talk about being depressed because a teacher scolded us, then we are like, and then those kids listen to us, and then they're like, oh, so matlab, if some teacher scolds us, then we have
that's a really
to go.
bad thing. That's the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like we have to be the change to change this style. I mean, you know, to be honest, 1 month back I was in this set of zone where I was like always kind of depressed, but not exactly depressed. I was just,
I know that feeling. You're
Yeah,
like, oh my
I mean,
God,
I'm like,
everything's so gloomy right now.
yeah, you know what, even if we're talking about not being depressed, in some ways we are also that kids who faked being depressed with our mind.
Exactly.
See,
and now
think
you
about
realize,
it.
like, now I mean, I confess, like I've done that thing, and I'm guilty of it. But you know, once you go through it, you realize, like it is gonna happen. But
it's about how you take that situation, and see, it's
people are not telling
you
you
should
that it's okay.
Yeah,
people like hyping it up more.
Yes,
it's like you can't do shit now.
So basically, Priyanka Chopra said this one thing. This is so good. So she's like, when you are depressed, you should go through the entire process of being depressed. You should understand about that. You should not talk a lot about you should talk about why exactly you're depressed, but you should not go deep. Okay, now I'll just take it scientifically.
I heard it.
So once you go deep, what happens is it gets in your subconscious.
Exactly.
And you know, subconscious plays. And that's when the problem happens. See, Rahul and I are obviously towards supporting the people who are depressed and finding ways to help them. But we're just talking right now about people just faking depression.
Yeah, and that is bad. Like, what kind of an example are you trying to set? I mean, it's just doing, and it's become a cool thing to do. Like, it's become a cool thing to do. Like, oh, you're depressed. Oh my god, and they'll post like even like what I did is I turned that kind of like feeling sad, because it wasn't exactly being sad,
into something else.
Yeah, into something funny. I made jokes about myself being that way after I got out of it. and it makes me feel 100 times better. Like if you can joke about something, you have truly, like you don't care about it. You don't care that it existed. You're happy. Yeah.
So, okay, guys, this is the last minute of a podcast. So we'll quickly end it with a few, I feel, takeaways. So, Rahul, what's your takeaway for the viewers?
My takeaway for this is have minimalism, have something that you can do the things that you want to do by not restricting yourself with outside judgment. When you take outside judgment, it restricts you from doing things.
That's good.
What do you take away from this?
See, what I take away from this entire podcast is that you should basically live the purpose of a human. That's emotions and not solely money. And you should live for, I won't promote living for today, but just live every moment in a happy way. Like, you know, the basic and this generic quote which you might have heard everywhere is that being sad, you're spending 1 minute of being sad, rather you can be like, but that makes sense. That makes sense.
Actually, like, it sounds cliche,
but it makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so thank you guys for listening and tuning into our podcast. This is me and Rahul signing out.
Bye, guys.
Thank you guys to whoever has made it this far to the podcast. We're really grateful, both Joel and I. You can find us on Instagram, me at RRRAHULL and Joel at Joel James with a double Z at the end. Thank you guys.